The Book of Deuteronomy outlines a strict law for agriculture, known as Kilayim. You shall not sow your field with two kinds of seed. This binary command establishes a baseline prohibition against the simultaneous planting of distinct species. For an ancient farmer, this creates a severe dilemma of efficiency. Surviving off the land requires maximizing crop diversity and yield within a limited footprint, making total separation between species a logistical burden. We see the reality of this environment in the rugged, constrained terrain of the Levant. Farmers had to utilize every available inch of arable land. The terrain left no room for massive fallow borders between crops, forcing a conflict between religious law and agrarian necessity. The Mishnah's tractate on Kilayim, and specifically the commentary of Rabbi Obadiah of Bartanura, resolves this tension. It transforms the abstract command into a rigorous, mathematically continuous spatial topology. By quantifying agricultural space down to the handbreadth, rabbinic scholars provided farmers with the geometric tools to navigate these restrictions and optimize their usage of the land. We typically think of agricultural mixture primarily in terms of biological grafting or cross-pollination at the root level. Kilayim operates within a legal framework where the spatial arrangement of a field often carries more weight than biological interactions. The Mishnah relies heavily on marit ha'ayin, visual appearance. In this system, a legal prohibition is often triggered when a planting layout creates the impression of a forbidden mixture to a human observer. We see a parallel logic in the laws regarding animals, as captured in this historical photograph. Pairing an ox and an ass to plow is forbidden because it combines two distinct functional categories into a single unit. The visual and functional mixture is the violation, independent of biological reproduction. If visual entanglement is the primary trigger for a violation, the solution lies in exact, mathematically verifiable borders that clearly delineate a farmer's intent. The first level of this mathematical tolerance deals with volume. Since absolute botanical purity is practically impossible during a harvest, the law establishes a precise threshold for nullification. The Mishnah calculates this using specific agricultural units, the seah and its smaller fraction, the kab. 6 kabim make up exactly 1 seah. This diagram breaks down the seah into its constituent parts, isolating a single kab to demonstrate the scale of the legal ratio. The legal threshold is exactly 1/24 of a seah, or 1/4 of a kab. If a foreign species falls below this 1/24 ratio, it is legally nullified. If it meets or exceeds the ratio, the farmer is required to sift and reduce the mixture. This reliance on strict volumetric thresholds shows that the rabbis approached Kilayim as a quantifiable system of ratios, rather than a pursuit of microscopic purity. Scaling up from volume to physical area, we find the standard microgrid of Mishnaic law, the 6x6 handbreadth garden bed. This top-down graphic maps out a standard planting bed, measuring exactly 1 cubit on each side. A farmer can plant 5 distinct species here, 1 in each corner and 1 in the center. A 1.5 handbreadth diagonal separation prevents root entanglement and preserves visual distinction. This allows 5 crops to legally share a single 6x6 space. Rabbi Yehuda's interpretation manipulates the bed's borders. Raising the borders by exactly 1 handbreadth moves the spatial calculation into the third dimension. By utilizing these raised edges, 18 distinct species pack into the identical 6x6 footprint. The vertical height maintains the required 1.5 handbreadth separation. This use of vertical space and diagonal geometry allowed Mishnaic scholars to maximize agricultural output without violating the spatial constraints of the law. These spatial puzzles escalate in complexity within a vineyard. A forbidden mixture here results in sanctification, a state where the affected yield must be burned. We can map this risk onto a large vineyard grid, where vines are planted at strict 4x4 cubit intervals. If a foreign vegetable is planted in the center of this layout, we map a 32 by 32 cubic square around it. The prohibition expands outward in a perfect circle, colliding with linear agricultural rows. Reaching the square's edge, 45 vines fall within the radius, becoming legally sanctified and prohibited. Shifting the vine spacing to 5 by 5 cubits immediately alters this geometry, changing the number of prohibited vines. Bartenora's detailed analysis of these overlapping shapes reveals that the boundary of divine law was calculated with the precision of a land surveyor. All of this geometric precision is designed to govern human architecture, which means the law must also account for the variable of chaos. The Mishnah provides a specific rule for wind-blown seeds. If a storm carries foreign seeds into a vineyard without the farmer's knowledge, it does not constitute an immediate legal violation. The prohibition centers on the active command, "You shall not sow." Nature creating a mixture by accident only triggers the law once the farmer becomes aware of the growth and makes a conscious choice to maintain it. This emphasis on intentional construction is also seen in the treatment of enclosed spaces like this stone winepress. A winepress 10 handbreadths deep and 4 handbreadths wide creates an absolute legal partition. Because it is visually and physically severed from the surrounding vines, foreign seeds can be planted inside it without violating the spatial grid of the vineyard. The strict mathematical topology of halakha applies where human agency is present. It is a system designed to govern the intentional architecture of a farm rather than the random patterns of nature. When mapped onto a landscape, these rules create a highly structured agricultural environment. Under Bartenora's analysis, agricultural space is a legally charged matrix. Every cubit and handbreadth holds a specific quantified value that dictates how the land is used. This system transformed abstract law into an applied science. By applying rigorous geometry to their fields, the rabbis ensured that adherence to divine law fostered a highly organized, intellectually rigorous, and optimized agrarian society.